Hey guys, welcome to lesson number 5 of the course. This is what we have so far, not much, just the first animation, and it's looking pretty nice, as you can see. Alright, now it's time to animate this part, the black rectangle with the lodging, restaurants, and the locations icons. And it's not too hard. Let's just begin. When we get to this point, right when we can turn off the solid buttons for now, like this, okay. And when we get to this point, immediately we should have the black rectangle and everything else set up. So I'm going to move everything below above the black rectangle, okay, just like this. And now everything here will start from this point. Now let's begin with the black rectangle. We can turn everything else off for now. And so the black rectangle, let's add a position keyframe here, make this easy ease, and then half a second later create a keyframe, another keyframe. And for the first keyframe, move it up so that we have this animation. You can see that it doesn't take any time, any more time that we need. This has to be really fast, but look, very smooth. So the image goes to the middle, and then immediately the black rectangle enters. When we get here, we will see the Florence name appearing. But it won't come like this. We have to create an animation. So let's begin with the scale. Click on the scale stopwatch to create a keyframe. And when we get to this point, create another keyframe. Let's move this so that this animation begins right when the rectangle has the full size, just like this. So here's what we are going to do. For the first keyframe of the scaling on the Florence name, I'm going to set it to 0. And then we're going to set it to 110, and then move a little bit to the right and set to 100. So we will have this animation. You can see that it's not only increasing the size, but it will increase and then go back a little bit like this. This is really simple. This is a really simple animation, but you can see how cool it looks. It looks very good. It doesn't add too much to the animation, but it's a very simple step, a very simple process, and it looks very good. So we're going to repeat the same for the stars. Right when the name is around this point, we will start looking at the stars. So bring them here and bring the scale. Click on the stopwatch for all of them. Move a little bit. Well, make them easy. Move a little bit and create another instance. Alright. So this will be 110 and a little bit more, and we're going to set 1 to 100. Now for all of them, on this first keyframe we're going to set it to 0. So we will have this animation. Of course, we won't be looking at them at the same time, so we need to offset them a little bit from one another. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to take the second one and take it a little bit to the right, and continue to do the same for the rest of them, and you will have this animation. Alright, when we have this, we can then animate the reviews, and for the reviews I'm going to use an opacity animation. Create 2 keyframes, make them easy ease, and for the first one I'm going to set the opacity to 0, and we will have this. Maybe we can take longer and drag it until we have all the stars, just like this. Alright, now when the stars appear, we can then animate the lodging locations and restaurant and the separators and everything else. And this will be really simple animation also. And we're going to create simple animation with a scale. Create a scale keyframe, make them easy ease, move a little bit, and change this to 110 and a little bit more, and 100, and of course the first one to 0. So you will have this animation. And for the separators, we're going to use again the opacity. Click here, and on this point create another keyframe, and for the first keyframe set it to 0. We can even do something like this. So let's see how this looks. Alright, a simple animation, but it's looking really nice. Alright, so when we get here, now it's time to move to the next city, which is London. So when we get to this point, maybe we take a second there, and what we're going to do is to take all the Florence related layers, which are Florence image, up until the black rectangle, and we're going to open the position for them. We're going to click on the stopwatch to create a new keyframe here for the position. Make sure all of them has this and make them easy ease, and then move a little bit half a second later, and you're going to move everything up to here to match the Madrid image. So you will have this. Everything goes in and then goes to the other side of the screen. Now when this move, of course we need the Madrid one to move also. Should be something like this. And now we need to take all the London images, which are only 3 of them. Click here on the position and add a new position here. We should be around this point. Just like that. Now, open the opacity for these 3 items. You remember that we have this on 50%. Now when we get here, I want this to go all the way to 100. Like this. And on the other hand, the rest of the stuff, the Florence stuff, I want them to be from 100 to 50%. So it's completely, and then it goes back to 50, and this goes to 100%. Just like this. Let's see how this all looks. Alright, this is really nice. Now it's time to create the final part of the animation, which is going to be really simple too. So let's go to the final lesson of the course.